You're listening to the Reluctant Adult Podcast. If you like what you're hearing, follow us on social media and leave us a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts. This is the way.
I don't want to grow up. I'm a Toys R Us kid. There's a million.
This week from the internet, Super7 just got the ultimate Christmas present. An influx of cash that will hopefully keep the company afloat long enough to deliver that second wave of 2003 Ninja Turtles. Plus, is Mattel blurring the line of good taste, or finally giving hardcore WWE fans what they've always wanted? And don't tell Alfred, but Batman just blew himself. Hot Toys' Flash-inspired blue Batman cowl rears its ugly head. It's the Reluctant Adult Podcast.
Don't you be a dummy! Buckle your safety belt!
Think, Billy. It's morphin' time!
Welcome to another episode of the Reluctant Adult Podcast. My name is Paul, and I am joined, as always, by the man who never takes no for an answer, Bill.
Hi, everyone. That's right. Just ask my wife.
Hey.
Hey!
No. So that's a reference to Star Wars Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith, and how they had Darth Vader sort of give a Frankenstein moment. What do you think they were thinking? Was that all George? He was like, I got it. It's going to be like he's Frankenstein's monster, and he's breaking off the table. Like, that's 100% what he was thinking, right?
That was his. It's Frankenstein's monster. That's the homage.
Yeah.
Sure. The word, but you know what he though. You know what he did though. Sorry, I'm drinking wine.
Go on.
Right, but he carried over the no into Return of the Jedi, the special edition for the Blu-ray.
That's right.
Where like the Emperor's like electrocuting him, and he's like, no, and then he's like, no. And he like has to say no a couple times. He's like, wait, this is bad. Wait, I'm the bad. No.
It's like poetry. It rhymes. Yeah.
Exactly.
I mean, there are just so many things. And, you know, I've said before, like, I wish that if they were going to do anything, start Star Wars from episode 1 and do it again. But I don't trust that anyone could get it right. I just don't trust.
No.
Like, everyone would try to get their little things in there, like their little Easter eggs. So it's like nobody likes everything that anyone else likes. Like, there's not 100% crossover. Everyone's gonna be mad about something. So it's like, why even try? Why even try?
What did my wife? She sent me a clip today in Facebook Messenger, and she said, "What episode was this?" And it was Obi-Wan Kenobi and Anakin in the lift, and she had said something about my son prior, like he was gonna watch it or something like that. She said, "What episode is this?" So I clicked it, and then it was just an AI version of Obi-Wan and Anakin making out, and I was like, "Whoa!"
She thought that was actually in the movie. She's
no,
like,
I think she was. I think she was just trolling me. Okay.
She was like, I've been missing out. Maybe I need to check out this Star Wars. This is a lot better than I thought. You know, I know we hate AI, and for good reason. It should stop. We were not, as a society, as a person, what am I trying to say? What are people? What is the word for people? A species. As a species. That Alien movie. Yeah. We are not prepared for AI.
I don't think we're mature enough.
We are not mature. We do not have the responsibility level to use this correctly. So we just need to stop. Like, it probably would be a great thing that could help a lot of people,
but we're not ready. We're not ready. So let the next, let the cockroach people or whatever comes after us, the crab people, let them use AI or China. Let China use it. But we're just not ready. But I will say the solution to remaking films and stuff like that is to give each person their own personalized journey where it knows what you want. And it gives you exactly that. And it's different from person to person because you're never going to make one piece of anything that 100% of the people agree with. And that's kind of the beauty of art. You can discuss it and you'd be like, I didn't like this. Yeah. This didn't work for me. Well, it's like, well, you don't have this background. You don't know the reference. You don't understand. But that's fine. That's the beauty. That's why it's fun to have shows like this where we can discuss things and we can, banter back and forth about what's good and what's bad and
right, but only between you and
idea?
I, no one else.
Well,
no one else is invited on this show. Never.
Listen, you are absolutely allowed to have opinions, but you can never be correct. You can never. I'm never going to be like, somebody sent me a message on Instagram, and you know what? It totally changed my opinion on that thing. Now I agree with Johnny Lyon 74. He really he made some good points. No, but maybe that's a good place to start. So, as this show grows, we are touching more people. Not in that way. We're engaging with more people. More people are looking to us, and they are seeing our opinions. They are giving their opinions on our opinions, which is always so much fun. And from time to time, people are not going to agree. First of all, they're not going to agree with us. Second of all, if you listen to the podcast, you get the full picture. If you only see the 60-second TikTok or Instagram video, you don't have the full context of what we were saying that week. So sometimes what we're trying to say will get lost for the sake of the edits, for the sake of the funny, at the end of the day, I do the show because it's like an outlet to be funny. Like if I could go be a stand-up and make a living doing that, that's what I would do. I can't do that. I don't want to do that. It's not going to happen. But I think this is a nice niche where I can try out some funny stuff. But, the thing with that is sometimes you have to take chances, and sometimes what you say is going to upset someone. I try to limit that. I try to have a filter because, we're talking about toys. We're not talking about politicians and stuff, people that are in the public eye. We're just talking about, Joe Schmo and, the friends down at Hasbro, like people just trying to do their jobs, collectors. These aren't people who have put themselves out there in the public eye. So, try to be very careful. And then we are trying to help people. Last week or the week before, we mentioned several Kickstarters that you could go support. Like, we want to help everything be successful. If we can use what little, power we have here to help other people, that would be great. Yeah.
If we can move that needle just a little bit, maybe it's in the right direction.
Just a little bit.
Just a little.
But sometimes it doesn't come out the correct way. And, I'm sorry. I'm sorry if what we tried to do doesn't help. But we were still trying. Like at the end of the day, we weren't trying to harm anyone. It's all in good faith. So this is all to say, we're trying our best. We think things are going pretty well. Sometimes we'll miss. Sometimes things won't come across as we intended. But for the most part, everything that we say here makes it to air. I don't think I've really cut much recently. And we just sort of talk extemporaneously. Like, we don't have cue cards or, we don't write anything down beforehand. Like, the most prep we do is I put everything on my Blue Sky about what I want to talk about.
Yeah.
So I can see like topics, and then we'll just sort of like launch into talking. So people
and you
sometimes
send me a
will
list
say
like 45 minutes before the show,
right.
And I'm like, well, I gotta prepare for that.
I send you like the WordPad list, and you could look at my Blue Sky. All the photos are on there. Anyone could look at it. It's public.
I could.
What was I saying? I lost my thought. Sometimes people will say like, oh, if you did like 10 minutes of research, it's like, but I'm not going to. That's kind of the fun of the show. Like, people like to be right when we're wrong. Like, we have the knowledge we have and then a little bit more. And sometimes it will just like, we won't give you everything we know because it's more fun that way. if you you like correcting the people on the podcast, that's part of the engagement. That's part of the back and forth. So this is all to say, let us know if you like what we're doing. And if you don't, please shut the fuck up.
Oh, yeah.
If you really don't like something we're doing, like when we were trying to do like the hooks during the show, people,
the hooks
were
were
telling
fun.
us they didn't like it. They didn't like it one
the
bit.
hooks.
They're not here for that. And it kind of like ended up being too much work in the end.
That was
so I
the
like,
full
eh,
audio
fine.
podcast. People didn't like the hooks because they had to listen to them throughout the show.
Well, that's true. You heard them twice, basically. That's
Yeah.
true. So stuff like that. We're gonna try stuff. If it works, great. If it doesn't, we'll probably stop it eventually. But we're having fun. I think people are having fun listening to us this week. Because of the holiday, it was a little bit slow on the views
slow.
and the engagement, and we had some good
Yes.
content, which is kind of sad. So I don't know, maybe that'll pop up again. The one story that people really did, the one story that resonated with people, was the Hasbro CEO allegedly ordering the Hasbro archives to be destroyed, and a lot of people chimed in. I think 100% of people agree that would be a bad thing. No one was like, they're just toys. Destroy them. Who cares?
Of course.
Some people were saying that it already happened and that people were going through landfills and finding things. We can't, confirm that.
Where's
One
the
guy,
proof? I want to see it.
show me the proof. One guy today said that he doesn't think this is accurate because a friend of him interviewed for a job that would be archiving the toys in the archive. But sometimes they just post jobs. They're called ghost jobs, where they don't have any intention of filling that job.
Oh.
So that to me is not proof of anything that they, even if they interviewed your friend, that's not proof of anything to me. But, like I said, best case scenario, this did not happen. Most likely scenario, it did happen, but we'll never really find out until Hasbro fires the wrong person and they're like, fuck
Sure.
it, fuck it all, I'm telling, burn it down, let's burn it down.
Or else there's that one landfill employee who just also does TikTok. They have all those dumpster diver TikTok pages.
Yeah, that's right.
And then secretly, all of a sudden we have a Funko situation on our hand where we find out they're just throwing stuff away.
This is literally the plot to Toy Story 3, where all the toys are about to be incinerated. And then the claw saves them. I saw a video today that was behind the scenes of filming the audio, recording audio for Toy Story 1. And holy shit. It was more than 30 years ago, but it seems like it seems like longer than that. Like young Tom Hanks, young Tim Allen.
Yeah.
They were like, and introducing Don Rickles. It's like, all these people were still alive, first of all.
Don Rickles was 35 at the time, of course.
Right, yeah. Andy Potts was in there, Jim Varney. It was amazing to see. And they had no idea. That was the crazy thing. They were talking about this movie sort of being like, I hope people see it. I hope a couple of people see this. And Tim Allen, he's like, I always wanted to do a cartoon. And now that I've done it, I'm never doing it again. It's like, okay, Tim. Okay. Needs more money. So that's that. Yeah. And then Toy Story 5 is coming out, which I almost feel like it's going to be good. I feel like it's a do-over for Toy Story 4, which was not good. I think they've learned from that. I like the idea of the iPad being the villain because parents are going to relate 100% to that. Sure. And as a toy podcast, I think we're really going to take something from that other people might not. And they just, I don't even care if they explain how Woody got back. Like, throw in one line about, hey, Woody, remember when you came back? And they're like, all right, let's go. Let's have our adventure.
I would appreciate that. That would be fun.
Yeah. I have heard that, who's the female cowboy? Jessie, I've heard that she takes a bigger role. Like, this is her story, which might be okay. My wife does not like Jessie as a character. So she's not going to like that one bit. But maybe this will make her come around on Jessie. Toy Story 2 is a great movie where they introduced those characters.
Wasn't her whole story Toy Story? I mean, I guess she shared the spotlight with Woody there.
Yeah. Well, she's
Woody's
never got
story.
to be like the leader of like the A team. She was technically the villain. You know, she was trying to take Woody away. So maybe she's just gonna step. And then maybe because I don't know, maybe it's more likely to get Joan Cusack to come back for more of these than to have Tim Allen and Tom Hanks. So they got to kind of like push her to the forefront. I don't know. We don't know. It's fine. But I'm on board with it. At this point, we have Toy Story 1, 2, and 3, which are you know, canonically you can be like, it ended there. It was the perfect ending, perfect trilogy, better than Star Wars. I will die on that hill. And if you want to keep making more movies, if you want to do TV shows, I've never really liked the shorts they've done. Like, I always feel like those aren't great. The dinosaur one is okay, but all the other ones are weird because they don't have the voices, so it's always sort of like, like that Simpsons shit they do.
Sure. I think Toy Story of Terror was fun.
Right, that one's okay too. It's all right. It's kind of weird.
What is it? Partysaurus Rex. It's okay. I like seeing the other toys, I guess, as it were.
No,
because
just
Toy
give me
Story
Buzz.
3,
I just want Buzz.
Well, Toy Story of Terror gives you Combat Carl, which was a lot of fun.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
It is Ernie Hudson doing that voice now?
Oh, is he? I don't know.
I believe because
Does it
what's
look
his
like
name?
Ernie Hudson?
Well, no, but the voice of Combat Carl Weathers, he passed.
It was a joke. No, I know. He did pass. Because if we go back...
See, I can't see your eyes. It's like cut off, so I can't.
Oh, look at that. Let me fix that.
Hey, there you go. Ah, there's Bill. It's been weeks. I haven't seen your face in weeks.
Sorry.
Live, anyways.
I'm like one of those chicks that only shows her boobs but not her face, so you can't tell it's her.
And pause for editing. And okay, very good.
See, not everything gets in.
Not everything's gonna get in. I'm gonna do like the most like obvious edit too there, where it's like I'm starting a word and it cuts it off. So let's talk about some toy. Yeah, okay. So we were just talking about Hasbro and their poor decisions. Let's do our post-mortem on the Tron HasLab. Surprise of all surprises, it did not fund. It really didn't add many backers in those final
days. It was wild.
Days.
No,
yeah.
And it didn't, like,
Usually
the last hour, it didn't do a thing. Where did we end
try
at?
to see,
like
1,300? That is the number around there is what I saw. I don't know if it still lists. I bet it does not currently list. Like,
no, it went gray.
Because why would it?
Interesting. The photo went gray, like it died.
Oh, that's really funny. I see it here. They do have the so this. It says failed. Holy shit! They're like rubbing it in, rubbing the salt in the wound of this one. 1,386 final number. Needed 10,000. Just a little short. Just a hair short. As Steve Austin would say, just a cunt's hair short. Isn't that the worst? You ever heard? That's the worst
I've never
expression.
heard that. Oh.
This is episode 316, so we have to reference Steve Austin and Little Steve Austin as often as we can.
Perfect.
So yeah, so that's done. Do you want to say any final words? In
about
memory,
the Tron?
The Tron HasLab, yeah.
Tron HasLab. I mean, I think that's the last HasLab we're getting for the year. I don't know what's on the horizon for future HasLabs. We don't have any cons coming out, so. And they're kind of moving away from the those live events that they were doing, the studio events with the reveals.
Yeah.
So what's next for HasLab, I guess, is the real question. Like, what would you like to see, Paul?
Let's see. What properties do they have? Star Wars. They have,
G.I. Joe.
Technically, they have Power Rangers. G.I. Joe.
But if you could see something new, how about if you could see something new?
I don't think now is the time for anything new. I think we need to right the ship on current stuff with established fan bases. I don't think now is the time to try to find some new fans. As demonstrated by the Tron HasLab, it's not the time to make new toy fans. We need to find people who currently collect toys and be like, What are you willing to buy? What can we make that you want? Maybe that's the question we should be asking, because I don't even think that they can find like new fans in terms of like kids. I don't think like new stuff is selling. I
think we
went
need
to
to-
Target. It's pretty full. I don't think a lot of the toys are selling. It's kind of frightening.
I tell you right now, it's tough buying for my son because you know the things that I like. He's there tonight playing what is it, Star Wars game that I put down. It was that Jedi Survivor or whatever it was, Jedi Apprentice. I don't know what it was.
Yeah,
something. But he's got no like for Star Wars. But then he likes his Mr. Beast Lab and he likes those mystery boxes and everything like that. So Christmas is going to be weird this year because it's like, who is my son? What does he like? Does he like the same things I do? I don't think he does. And do I push those onto him? I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, these are the eternal questions.
Well, it's a weird thing because I was thinking to myself today too, and I go, did I like Star Wars? Like, Star Wars to me was one of those situations where I didn't know so much grow into it, but like it became my identity more or less in terms of collecting. But at 5 years old, did I really like Star Wars as much as I would have all the way through? Or was it like one of those fad experiences where everybody was buying Star Wars for their kids? And then it was put away, and then it came back. Yeah.
I mean, there would have been... Was there anything out when you were 5?
When I was 5? No, we were done.
Yeah.
We were done. We were
Right.
probably...
It was over.
That would have been 88. So no, we were heavy into TMNT and...
Yeah. So
Real Ghostbusters. So those, those should be my bread and butter, but they're not. But Star Wars is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you were born into it.
Yeah,
my kid.
But it's like
he is all. Oh, go ahead.
Keep going. I'm done.
Okay. My kid's all about Pokemon. He's simultaneously playing 7 different Pokemon video games. He's beat them all.
Wow.
He's just going back to like get all the Pokemon. He had my wife install ROMs on her computer so he can play like old DS, 3DS, whatever games.
Oh, wow.
So he's big into that. Not so much the cards. Like he was collecting the cards, but he never learned how to play it. In terms of actual toys, he likes dinosaurs. So it's, which is great because Jurassic World is pumping out some great dinosaurs, and they're always on sale, especially this Christmas.
It's fantastic.
That was we're talking about that later. Walmart had some crazy deals. It might still have them on the three big dinosaurs that
the Colossus.
That's Mattel, right? Mattel does Jurassic World.
It is Mattel. Yes.
Colossus. Is that the scale? That's what they're called. Colossal.
The colossal scale. Yeah.
So that'll be fun for him to. But we haven't decided who's bringing those. That could be a Santa present. So I have to be careful. I don't know if he's listening right now, but he should be asleep. Yeah, kids. It's a different time for kids, obviously, than when we were growing up. I mean, video games are amazing. I play. The only game I play is Fortnite, but the Simpsons season just wrapped up, and you really missed out. I can't believe you didn't jump in and play around because you got to go through Springfield. You could go into the Simpsons house and break it. You could investigate all of the rooms. It was amazing.
And then it just disappears? Is that what you're telling me?
Yeah, because there's a new season. I mean, in theory, they can bring it back, or they can make a different map, I guess. But it's gone, because it's like you got to play it. You got to have that FOMO.
Stop watching The Sopranos instead of doing other things at night.
What are you doing?
Stop watching Sopranos.
Been around. We got HBO back because there was a Black Friday deal for like $2.99 a month. So I have HBO again. So maybe we'll start Sopranos. I started to watch that. What was it called? Neighbors, the Tim Robinson movie you hated.
Yeah.
Friendship. Is that what it was called? Friendship.
Yeah.
I wanted to see it. I wanted to see if I liked it. But I literally got 3 seconds into it, and then my kid was like, "Hey, come outside and race me." I'm like, I guess I'm doing this. All right. I don't know when to watch TV. Our one show, we have 2 shows right now. We're watching Pluribus live each week. Or, like when the new episode drops. This is currently my favorite show. I feel like this has the opportunity to be Severance level in terms of how much I enjoy it. There's lots of mysteries left to unfold. So hopefully they keep that going good. The other show we're watching is, are you asleep while I'm talking about Pluribus? You don't like it? You haven't seen it.
I don't have Apple Plus, so I know you always say just buy something at Target and they'll give you a...
Get something at Target. They give you 3 months
wait.
or something.
I'll wait.
Wait till it's over, get 1 month.
It all
That's fine.
drops.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Wait till it drops. The other show on Peacock, it's called All Her Fault, which is a show. It's a mystery. It's got Shiv from Severance. No, from Succession. Those in my head. We were watching both those. Succession, you know that show? Did you ever watch that? That was a great show.
No, you and I watch.
Shiv
very
is the
different
mom.
things.
We do. Her kid goes missing. We don't know where he is, what's going on, but it's like each episode has like a cliffhanger or something like that. That's the way it's spaced out. It's actually a little bit over the top. Like I thought this would be more of a straight thing, but it's like a little bit silly. And some of the acting is uneven, which is kind of fine because the first episode you realize you're dealing with a missing child, and I'm like, this might be too heavy, but then it's like a little silly, so it's okay. And then apparently either in the next episode or the episode after is like crazy. So next week, tune in and find out if that's true or not. We're still watching All Her Faults.
My wife and I don't share television anymore.
You can see. I think that's a mistake. A mistake. You have to have the shared shows.
We've skewed too far. I feel like we tried. So right now, I'm just trying to wrap up
you gotta
Sopranos.
find common ground.
And I'm watching It, Welcome to Derry, which
is that good?
I very much enjoyed it. It's a lot of fun.
Good. We'll check that out.
Yeah.
And you also watched all of Stranger Things, correct?
I did. Well, I woke up early and I was like, I got to do this. So
you binged 9 hours of the final season.
It wasn't 9 hours.
It was close to it.
It was not 9.
If you watch the credits, it's probably 9 hours. About there. Is it good? I don't know when I'll get to it.
I'd say it's decent.
Good?
I'd say it's good.
It's decent?
Yeah.
All right, that's fine. I really love those early seasons. It was always fun to have
I think you'll
season.
enjoy this. It's starting to wrap stuff up pretty well.
That's good. All right. Speaking of wrapping things up, that's what you do for Christmas presents. And the fun thing about this season, the holiday season, is every store is trying to outdo the other stores in terms of deals and sales and stuff like that. And it's sort of like a game of whack-a-mole where it's like, this thing is on sale for $35. Yeah, gimme. But then it's like, Target has it for $25. Oh shit, we need that. Right. So what's happened here, to me at least, is I've ended up with multiple items, like the same item, because it's like, well, I want this sale, but it's not like I'm going to go in and try to get a price adjustment or anything. I'm just buying it again, and then I'm going to return the other one. So this happened to be, you convinced me to buy one of those colossal dinosaurs when Target had it on sale for $35, because that was a good deal.
It was.
And Walmart, they did the 3 big ones, the T-Rex, the Mosasaur, and what was the other one?
The Spinosaurus.
$25 each. Normally, what are they? 60, 70 bucks
75.
Each?
I think it was one of those things where they started at 60 and then through tariffs and like greed, they bumped them up even more. So normally they're like $55, I would say.
They should have been 50, Yes. $25. Are you kidding me? Absolutely, give those to me because they're huge. They're good toys. They're the ones where you have like little. They comes with little guys. You put in. They could actually eat them because there's like a hole
you can eat
that
them,
goes
and then
from their mouth.
There's a little thing underneath, like a little latch. You can open it up and pull out the. It's very fun.
Oh, someone just walked by, so I won't mention anybody by names anymore. And then it's like you open up and you poop them out, and then you have the cheerleaders from the Macy's Day Parade come and do their act on top of the poop. Did you see that where they made the team, the Go team, whatever, they did their act on the horse poop because the horses just walked through there. Oh my God. Why would you make them do that? Why would they agree to do that? They weren't wearing shoes and they were like touching the ground to do like handstands and stuff.
Oh my.
Why did there were so many points where someone could have been like, let's just show the balloons more. Why are we
Macy's
making
Day
these
Thanksgiving
children?
Parade is very different than mine, so the viewing at least.
Oh, what did you see?
I didn't see any hand poop.
Well, I didn't see this live, but you can find it on the internet. They have angles of it. Maybe they didn't show it. They just made them do it. They didn't even get to be on TV. This was wait, we'll come back to that. I gotta finish this story. Okay. So we're playing whack-a-mole with stuff. I want to show off a couple of things here that has happened to me. So I was walking through Target and they had that Gamerverse, the Captain America versus Venom. And I don't buy a lot of Marvel Legends, but I thought this looked really cool. So I picked it up. It was $60. I was like, that's a lot, but maybe they'll do a sale and I can get a price adjustment or something. So what they did is they had a buy one, get one 50% off sale. So I had to buy 2 more. So now I have 3 of them.
My God.
Which is
that's
too many. I do not
return
want
those.
3.
Oh, my.
But how? Well, here's my predicament, or this is where I need some input. So I want to keep at least 1. I need to keep at least 2 because I need the deal.
And make content out of it.
Fig swap them all. What can I find? Yeah. What figures can I put in there that the return people would notice? No, I need to keep 2 because I need the BOGO sale. So I'll figure out what to do with the extra one eventually. But that third one, yes, I can obviously return it, but I have to in the app where I bought it, I have to choose the one that I bought by itself. Because if I just give it to them to return, it's going to think it's from the BOGO sale, and it's only going to give me $30 back. So that's like a lot of stress right there. Because what if they scan it, and they're like, okay, here's your $30. And I'm like, no, give it back. Undo. I can't have that. I got a whole thing going on here. But then my other thought process is, this is a really good Captain America. It's the same one that they did with the, what was that stupid thing?
Kith. Yes, the
Kith and Kin. It's the same one, but good, like good colors. So, fuck it. I'm like, maybe I should just keep it as an investment piece, and then I could probably flip it. If not as a mint in box, I could flip the Captain America. But then it's like, that's a lot of space. I don't know that I want to do that, but that's probably the easiest route rather than going back to Target and doing the whole thing. Because there's other things I definitely have to return, like one of those.
Put it in your shed of forgotten toys.
Well, that's what I'm thinking. That's probably what I'm going to do.
Shuffle it off into the shed.
Is that what I should do? Let me know in the comments. Tell me what to do.
In the comments.
Whatever the highest, whatever comment is commented the most, that is what I will do. I will do whatever you tell me to do. Unless I don't want to. But no, I probably will. The other thing I got, the Mattel WWE LJN figures. I pre-ordered those a while ago. The ones I got all had the black card, but they were like beat to shit. It was like not good condition. So I don't want those versions. They went back up for order. They were in stock. So I did another 2 Dusties, and both of them were the blue card, which is like technically not the chase, but it's much nicer, I think. This is like the official. This is what it's supposed to be.
Well,
so I got 2 blue cards.
Bit more with that black singlet there.
100%. It just looks nicer. So I have 2 of these now. I do not need 2 blue cards. What I'll do is probably keep the black until I can find a better black card Dusty. Mm-hmm. But what do I do with the other one? Do I just bring it back? Keep it as an investment? Give it away? Let me know in the comments.
Everyone's just going to say give it away.
Give it away. Well,
give it away.
Hey, if that's what you want, maybe I'll do that. We'll see.
Maybe.
Anything else? I thought there was something else I bought that I had to return. Probably. Still too much. I hate returning things. Do you hate returning things? You had to return your mutant module. Because I'm always afraid.
That was stressful because it was missing pieces, and I had to convince the.
Yeah,
I had to go and talk shop and to someone who doesn't give a damn. Really, they're probably just like, get this guy out of my way. He's buying toys for himself, and he's in his 40s, and you're in your 20s, and it's like, what's he trying to do here?
I'm always afraid they're going to accuse me of scamming them.
It's you doing it, sir.
No, it's like I
needed the pieces.
Please don't accuse me. I didn't do it. You
Right.
see me here every week. I have children, Sarah. Please. I need to be able to come to Target.
My
just don't
Target runs have diminished so much over the last year. It's
know.
been healthy, which is good because
You think so? You think that's helping you not going?
for myself, yeah. I mean, I was going 4 times a week.
That is a lot.
It is excessive.
To the same
yeah.
store?
Yeah. But eventually, it's just like the supply and just what's available has run out. Like the saturation of collectors is just too much up here.
Yeah, that's too bad. And it really only takes like one guy that's like going on.
It really
stores.
does.
It might not even
And then
be
they don't replenish fast
full
enough.
network.
And I just kind of remain nostalgic for how it was 15 years ago, which is just like, yep, there's that old collector over there thinking about the times it used to be. And it's like, no, I wasn't like an old collector. I was just like a guy in my 20s, just like you used to be. And I had all the time in the world to go hunt this stuff down.
You're sitting on a bench like old Captain America, like passing on your like Marvel Legends to some kid. You're Captain America now. You still have to pay for that. You did say though you found some X-Men 97 figures during the BOGO sale.
I did walk into those surprisingly at a Target that I usually don't frequent because it's usually picked over pretty well, but I found the full set on the BOGO sale. So I had
all 6
full set.
characters?
All 6. I only picked out 4. And then I found the
No one wants Sunfire.
Rodan Ninja Turtle. Well, he'll be marked down, I feel like. He already is. Actually, Amazon had him for $18.
Yeah, I don't care about that character. But you got Cable, which is
I got
great.
Cable.
Like first 5.
I got Civilian Wolverine, Jubilee,
Love that
and
one. I need that one.
And who else was on there? Morph. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I got a nice little roster going with those X-Men 97 figures.
That's the best. I do want the Emma Frost figure. So
yeah.
Is the sale over now? Like it ends on Sunday?
Oh, I don't know. I'm sure it's over.
Yeah.
But
yeah. It was not well advertised because those figures are not on the site, like they're not in stock, so they don't show up. And then in the store, I did not see any signage for the X-Men figures. I think the WWE figures have BOGO 50% off, so I did see that. I picked up that 4-pack of
I was happy to
Warrior.
find Cable because that's the Cable I've always wanted. I feel like
it's so good.
It's
so good.
The quintessential
So big.
Cable. Yes.
Yeah.
Bulky over, Rob Liefeld over the top Cable. Just can't draw feet though.
Great. Well, listen, feet are hard. I don't know if you ever tried to draw them or not. All right. That's a good place to stop. When we get back, feet. Why not? When we get back, big update on Super 7, and then we're going to talk some WWE because there's some interesting stuff that we're showing off, and a lot more fun stuff coming right at you. So big news from Super 7. I like that you timed that. That was nice. That was perfect. Couple of things. The first news bit that we've learned is that they are closing their retail locations. So they had stores in San Diego and San Francisco, which I cannot imagine were cheap. I cannot imagine the rent or however it works with that was cheap. So I think this is part of their restructuring where it's like, let's cut out any expenditures that are unnecessary.
Sure.
So those are going away. I would not be surprised to hear that Funko is doing this in the future. They have several locations. I don't know that they need all of them. But knowing Funko, they'll probably just open more. They'll probably open one in Orlando. That would be fine. The other big thing is, so that news is like, oh shit. that sounds like they are about to be done. Like the next announcement's going to be like, and we're done. But then we get the news that they have secured a loan for $10 million. That's pretty good. So this is what Funko was talking about, where they need some money from somebody. So Super 7 was able to get it. I don't know what Funko needs. Maybe it's more than 10 million. They seem like a bigger. They got more things in the fire.
They've got more. They got more skin in the game than Super 7 here.
Yeah, it's probably gonna be a couple extra zeros on that one. But so they got money to to try to restructure. Great. Let's hope that works out. If you are Super 7, how do you fix things? What is
I don't know.
What
do
does
you
a successful
need?
Super 7 look like?
What do you need exactly from Super 7
Yeah.
at this point?
What works? What makes you a good toy company? What does it look like? You got all the licenses already. You got that.
Well,
Make
2 years ago, you were looking at they had every license. They had quite
everything.
a few.
They were Funko. They had everything.
Yeah, they did.
Here's the problem with Super 7. They got a couple of problems. One, it takes forever for toys to be made, for them to make toys. From the time a pre-order goes up, it's at least a year. If you get things within a year, you are happy because it's normally much longer.
But that's the industry in total anyway.
Why does it seem like it's worse for Super 7 though? Why does it seem like it takes them longer? Do other companies
I feel like
wait
they have to get in line
to
at
announce
that
the
point.
pre-order?
They have to get behind the big guys first. Stand in line and wait.
Yes. So maybe the perception of Super 7 is that they are a bigger company, but in reality, they are not, and they cannot.
Right.
They do not have in the pecking order of toys. They are at the bottom behind Hasbro, Mattel. I think McFarlane has their own factory, so that's not a factor. But like Jazzwares, every other company, and then Super 7, if there's time. And I think they had trouble like switching factories. So we don't know, but that's one issue. I will say, if they can find a way to make these toys faster, that would help. But then the quality, which you could argue is if the toys came the next day, but they broke or they didn't look like the renders or the paint was shitty, it doesn't matter how quickly you get them. They're bad toys. You don't want them. No one's going to buy them. They're going to send them back. They're going to be $15 on Amazon.
Yeah.
So they got to make the toys better. And I think they need to find a sculptor or some way to get those human likenesses, because they keep picking up like human likeness, the human, IPs that are humans, like bands and stuff. But the figures don't look like humans. Like they can do creatures. This is like a Four Horsemen issue, where the Four Horsemen can do critters, they can do creatures, magical shit. But when they try to do humans, especially female humans, it seems like all sculptors have trouble with female portraits. Like look at McFarlane. A lot of I think Hasbro probably does it the best. Maybe Mattel, because they do the female wrestlers, so they have a lot of experience with that. But there is just that, for whatever reason, and we don't know. This could be a whole other conversation. Why do sculptors have trouble with female likenesses? We don't. There's this would be a good roundtable. We'll put that aside. But so better toys, better quality, better likenesses, improve that. They make these reaction figures, which are not so much toys as they are like a tchotchke that you would give to somebody, or you would collect it but not open it. Like no one's buying these as toys. They cost way too much. Like when you are selling a 4-point, 5-point of articulation toy for $20, you are doing something wrong. This should never be the case. That should never be the starting price for a reaction figure. But that's what they're trying to get. They tricked Target into thinking people would pay that much for these toys, and there's no chance in hell.
But that collector, I feel like that collector is gone at this point. I mean, you and I are on the end of that spectrum in terms of that 5-point of articulation, especially because it's Star Wars style. It's 5 points, Kenner Star Wars. And you and I are on the end cusp of that collector. Star Wars is going to be 50 years old in a year and a half.
That's crazy.
And it's like how old? So are those people still collecting? Hell no.
Well, I argue that there is no reaction collector. I would argue that there are people that are fans of these likeness or fans of these IPs. And this is the only way to get
that was the other thing.
Articulated toys. Not
if we go into Super 7's making model, or whatever we want to call it, it was the toys that we didn't get. So it was essentially like the designer,
filling in those gaps. Yeah.
The designer was like, "Hey, I never got Misfits toys as a kid. I'm going to make Misfits." And Brian Flynn's like, "That's a great idea." Or, hey, I never got 5-point Simpsons figures as a kid. And it's like, yeah, you did. Because
We did, right. They
because
talked.
I think Mattel made them. Yeah. I think they existed. Don't worry, you had them.
Yeah.
But I didn't get McBain. Oh, okay.
Yeah. I think they just want to be so different that they forget that they have to sell so many of these. Like, they're not just selling them at a convention. Like, they have to sell.
You know who has it
tens of
figured out?
thousands of these.
Mezco. Mezco has it figured out. I feel like Mezco has it figured out.
Yeah. Mezco created their own niche.
You never hear about Mezco having troubles.
You don't.
Sideshow has had troubles.
Not
Super
to the...
7's had troubles. Mondo troubles.
I think that's a fair statement. And maybe
Diamond Select troubles. You know,
they had the ultimate trouble. They're gone now.
They're gone.
Yeah, Mezco, people will have things to say, but definitely not that I've seen. But I also don't know that I'm like as tuned in to that community. Like maybe there's a message board somewhere where people really like another Gomez. Like what? Like I think they're like the only game in town, at least on like the state side, selling 6-inch highly articulated soft goods clothing figures. Like no one else is even attempting this that I'm aware of. So they have created their own community of people that want to buy this stuff, and then they just keep making their own characters that are not tied to IP, and then they'll sprinkle in a Beetlejuice or Power Rangers or whatever to like get in more people. Yeah, so they're an interesting model. I do, we don't know the workings of anybody, but I haven't heard, and they've been around forever. Mezco has. Like I remember Hot Topic back in the day selling Living Dead Girls or whatever they do. Like they've always adapted. It's always been like on the horror side. Like that's always sort of been like something they were offering. But they did Hellboy. Did they do those Family Guy figures? Those were awesome. Do you remember those first
great.
Family Guy figures?
Yeah, they did. They got South Park. Remember the first series of South Park?
Those were great.
They were in Spencer's Gifts. You had to go into Spencer's in order to find some of those. But they were amazing.
Low-key the best toy company ever. They do not get the credit they deserve being the best at a lot of things that other companies either don't even try or like have tried and not executed. Like we have Boss Fight making Hellboy now, and it's like maybe that figure will be as good as the Mezco one from 20-30 years ago. It's like their toys hold up. They of course. I don't know anything about Mezco.
I still have that Rotocast Hellboy.
Yes,
the 18-inch one. That thing's fantastic.
Fabric coat, God.
And it was like $35.
It was so cheap. It was on, what was the site that was selling them? Was it Circuit City or like one of those sites that's gone now?
Something. I think I remember picking it up at Suncoast or something.
Suncoast,
yeah.
Hollywood Video, man, those were the days. That period of time in collecting, when like Soda was making Street Fighter and Playmates had, or not Playmates, Palisades had Muppets. Like, if you lived through that. You lived the good life as a collector.
You did.
It was so fun. Everything was kind of affordable. And like, I lived at home, so I didn't have to pay rent or anything.
Right.
All my money went to toys.
Sit down, an old person is talking. That's what we want to have here. Sit down, an old person's talking. Shut up, Grandpa.
We're millennials, right? Technically, we're elder millennials.
The Zillennials, I believe we are.
See, I never understand anything, but
I subscribe to the Zillennial portion of it.
So you're saying like between Generation Z and
no, X
millennial? Okay, so but X's would also be our parents, or our parents are boomers. I think our
parents are. Your mother's younger than me, younger than my mother.
Okay, not younger than you.
No,
that would be weird. Wait a minute.
That would be some
Wait
time.
What? Yeah. I don't know. But I'm always hearing on TikTok people being like boomers the worst. Yes. But then it's like all the responsibilities skipped Generation X and went to millennials. Like millennials are hosting Thanksgivings and stuff like that.
It's always how you picture it. So millennials, they say, it's whatever graph you look at. 81 starts the millennials, but they also say like 84 starts the millennials. You and I are both born in 83. Generation X before that, so we are like we can adapt to technology, yet we can go back and go analog. So we're kind of like in between. So we're like functionally in between.
We are the bridge. That's why I think that we are the most important generation.
We are a bridge generation.
We can translate between the two. Like when my kids are like glued to their iPad, it's like I get it, but then it's like when people are mad at that, it's like I get that too. I understand.
Sure,
I know what it was like to have to go write a bibliography from a library.
Damn it, kids! Why don't we go outside and have fun? And they're just on their iPads, and I'm like, no, I get that. It's more fun to be on.
It's
that
pretty
thing.
Cool. It's pretty cool. Yeah. I wish I could have done that. Instead
if I had it,
pulling out Encarta on CD, whatever the fuck.
I'm watching Cinemania '96 and watching like a 30-second episode clip of Jaws.
yeah. I don't know what that is. Yeah. What is that?
Cinemania was like it was a video. It was a film. It was like a film encyclopedia.
Oh, okay. On CD.
And like you could. On CD, you had to download it, and there was like no updates. It wasn't on the web or anything. Of course not. It was just a program. It was a program catalog, and it gave you like all the information of film up to like the year 1996. But some of them had like clips attached to them, so I'd watch like a 30-second clip of Jaws on Cinemania, and it was fantastic. It was great.
The crazy thing now is if we had that CD, I would have no way to play it. None of my computers have a CD-ROM. Like, what do I do with it? It'd be like a record player. At least that you can spin on your finger.
You'd have to go on YouTube and watch someone play the whole portion of it. Like you can go online, go on YouTube and watch the entirety of The World of Springfield or whatever it was called.
What is that? The World of Springfield? The toy line?
Was it called The World of Springfield? It was a game, and it was basically you were just touring. No, it wasn't an app game. Are you for real? No, this was a CD, and you just went around Springfield. Yeah, you just went around Springfield and Springfield Interactive or something like that. Simpsons Interactive. It was something called that.
Ooh. No,
it was wild.
That whatsoever.
But now it's just on YouTube. It's just someone doing a walkthrough. Yeah.
This is what Chris Cox wanted. Chris Cox from Hasbro, we destroyed all our memories. He wants to destroy it all. We have to save it. Save physical media and toys. Brought you for Millennials for a Better Year. Or would you call it Zillennials? It sounds like
Zillennials.
Zillennials. Xenomorphs for a better tomorrow.
Let's talk about my Zillennial privilege real quick, okay? Just because it's fun. Okay?
Yeah.
So I'm at Goodwill the other day, and there's a gentleman there. He works there. He really kind of goes through the script in terms of, thank you for donating. Would you like to donate? Would you like to round up? Oh, and he talks about and he really kind of slows down the line. So they add another cashier on, and at the time, the gentleman was bringing out a bin of product to put out on the shelf. And these aren't like the bins where you go and you just like rifle through. These are like bins that need to be staged onto the shelf. So I start looking at the bin because I'm waiting for the person I'm with to check out. So I grab a animatronic Santa out of the bin. Another customer comes up and goes, "Oh, you can't touch things in the bins." And I go, "Where does it say that?"
Where is it?
She says, "Oh, they'll have an issue with that." And I go, "Well, what are they going to do? Kick me out? They're going to kick me out of the Goodwill?"
Your money's
she's
no good
like,
here,
"Well,
sir."
They might. And I'm like, "Well, so," I go, "I'd like to see them try." So I put it down and I keep rifling through it.
So
she's like, "Well, there is a guy here. There is a guy that lets you do this." And I go, "Well, I must be talking to the same guy who lets me go through the bin and look at things before I purchase them."
Right.
And she's like, "Well, I'm just saying, I think it's because they might break something." And right when she said break something, I dropped something on something and it made a rattle. And I go, "Oops, looks like I broke something." Ooh! And then I walked away.
You just said this to a stranger.
A stranger.
Some
a perfect
lady
stranger.
At the Goodwill, you're just like mocking her. She's just trying to help. She's just trying to follow.
She's not helping anybody. No.
She wanted the stuff in there. You know, you see her again, she's going to be rifling through that bin. It's like, I got permission.
Of course.
Someone else did it. I can do it now. Ha ha ha. Yeah, you are. I would never have that conversation with someone. My thought is always like, what is the minimum I can say and never see this person again? I want these conversations
like, remain
over
silent.
as
I don't
quickly.
know. I feel
just
like
yep, bye bye. I'm like, oh damn.
no.
I would just be like, whoop, oh well, bye.
No, I immediately engage. I'm immediately just like, you know what? This is it. This is the hill I die on.
This is where maybe literally you never know with strangers. But I do. That is actually the perfect segue because this is something that's been going on recently that I want to bring up. Target allegedly has a new policy. Oh, I'm sorry. Was that story over? I didn't want.
That
to
was it.
step on
Yeah,
you.
I was
okay.
just.
All
I
right.
was just being like. I was just being cocky around the.
This
Around
is just
the
a little more
wins.
character, building for Bill. We're just shaping him out a little. Like this is the kind of situation he
It's
gets
the
into.
truth.
No, listen. That's why people appreciate you. We'll talk
I need.
more about your,
I need
like,
the
Bigfoot
camera.
footage
I need the
later.
GoPro because this stuff does happen.
We
And
need
it's
a
just like,
camera crew
I
on
am,
you.
I am just like this outside in the real world.
I think a reality show following us around would be money. We are like the next Kardashians. I think that needs to happen.
No,
Someone
I'm
make
seeing.
that
I'm
happen.
seeing too many of these TikToks now where it's like, it's that transitional song where like the most recent one I saw was amateur wrestling, and then the next clip they're at their desk job, and I'm like, oh, so I don't need that in my life.
Oh, yeah.
you
That's
seen
like the
those?
two things they do, the two sides
Yes.
of them. Yeah,
Right.
Yeah, I did see it. I think we saw the same video. Yeah.
Okay,
She
I've
like
seen a couple of them.
she tries to hit the rope and it hits back in her face or something. Is that the one?
Right,
you
with
saw?
the chair.
Yeah.
With the chair.
Right. Yeah. She's trying to hit the person they move. Yeah.
But I've seen a couple of them now, and it's like, oh,
Yeah.
you know, it's just like, yep, I'm an Amazon fulfillment employee,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm a DJ on the side.
But aren't they like, no one told me how hard it would be going from this to this, and it's like they gave up. Like that was their former life, and then they had to give that up.
Oh, is that how it is?
I think these are sad videos where they're
Oh,
like,
okay.
because I've seen some where they're singing. They're like, no one told me how hard it would be to go from singing in front of 20,000 people, and then you see them like in their office job. I think these are
Listen,
like sad. Like we're supposed to pity these people. 'cause
I had
they-
to listen
they
to one.
lost
I
their
had to listen to
dream.
one of my employees talk about a meat pie that he made tonight and pretend to be interested in the meat pie. I was
What
like,
is a
okay,
meat pie? Savory? It's a savory pie.
it's a savory. Yeah, it's a savory
Like
pie.
quiche?
I've made one once. It's
Quiche
very
would be
good.
good.
Quiche would be a pie. Quiche is good. Yeah.
Quiche is good. I haven't had a quiche in God.
Oh, you
I
should get a
worked in,
quiche.
the kitchen. I should get a quiche. Yeah,
You
All right, I'll
should.
put that on my list.
Introduce
So
your
anyways-
kids to quiche.
They won't eat anything. We've given up trying to give them food. They just eat, meatballs and chicken fingers or whatever. We've given up. We
nice.
tried. Listen, we tried.
Okay. Okay.
If they hear this in the future and they're like, "You should have given us better food," I was like, "Listen, we tried, man.
We
put
tried.
it on your plate, and then it just goes in the trash. We still
My
do
wife
it. We'll
can't
give you new
even
things
get
every
my
week.
kids to eat macaroni and cheese on her own, but they'll go over to my parents and they'll eat everything that they put in
That's
front of
the
them. It's
thing.
bizarre.
At school, they eat whatever they're given, but not here. Not
No.
here. Different
But
kids
we went
outside
Thanksgiving
the home.
was hilarious because my wife was over. My wife doesn't really come over to my parents a lot. But she was over and she got to see the kids and their behavior and how different it is compared to how it is at the house. And she's like cocking her head sideways like, what is going on with my son? He's so hard.
What did you do to them?
He's so difficult to me, but here he is wiping down his placemat and bussing his
Wow.
own plate and doing this. And I'm like, that's just how they are over here. They're very regimental. She's like, I go, that's why I'm always over here feeding the kids, because the kids eat.
They eat, yeah. There is something
just
that
building that
you always
argument.
read. Like it's good if when they're at home, they're the worst version of themselves because they feel
Yeah.
comfortable being that. Like that's how they always try to like spin it. Which so it's
Yeah.
like that's fine. You want to be a little demon at home, but you're an angel at school. I'll take that. Honestly, I don't want to get those calls into the principal's office. That's gonna be the worst. That's gonna be the worst. The other thing that's the worst. Target allegedly has this new policy where if the employee is within 10 feet of you, the customer, they must acknowledge you. they must either wave or say hello. And then it's like the closer you get to them, the more they have to engage with you.
Yeah.
So I experienced this for the first time this past week before Thanksgiving.
Okay.
It was the day before Thanksgiving. I went to Target. I was walking down. There's lots of employees now because they're gearing up for Thanksgiving, Black Friday. Walking down the aisle, I'm walking straight and then taking a hard right to get to toys. This guy is like, "Happy Thanksgiving," and I was like, "Happy Thanksgiving to you." And honestly, I liked it.
Sure.
It made me feel
No, of
good.
course.
It made me feel seen. I'm like,
It's that personal touch.
It is
of
Thanksgiving.
course.
It was
Yes.
nice. But then I was in the back in the collector toy section, and this guy is stocking something. He comes out from the back room, comes through. He's got like the dolly, and he's like, it was more like, "Hey, what's up?" And I'm like, I don't like this one as much. This one needs a little work. You're not ready. You're not ready to face the customers. You need to stay in the stock room. I need the Happy Thanksgiving.
I got you.
He came in.
It's like
He had a plan. He executed that plan, and it was a success. The other guy, I appreciate the effort, but I don't know. And then Black Friday, as at Target, I was walking around with the family.
Ooh.
I had on my DuckTales shirt, original DuckTales. Yeah. The guy's like, "Nice shirt." I was like, "Thanks." He's like, "That's the best version of DuckTales." And I was like, "I don't disagree, but I don't want to hear you hating on the other version." So I said, "Best theme song." And he's like, "Yeah, and the best version of Scrooge." And I was like, "You have a lot of thoughts about this. Tell me more of what you think about DuckTales."
Right. You're about to bring this guy on a 15-minute break here and be like, "Yeah, I went on 2 15-minute breaks because I was talking to a customer or a guest."
But I was like, again, what's the minimum I can say to be done talking to people? So I kept being like, I don't want this to continue. I don't want it.
So let's talk about my I have a beanie that I bought at Five Below probably like 15 years ago, and all it says is Star Wars on it. Right?
Uh-huh.
It doesn't have any. It's my famous. I love it. I've stitched it up.
It's been on the show.
It's been on the show. I absolutely cherish this hat.
Yeah.
But it's really like one of those. It's a all it says is Star Wars. It doesn't say anything.
Doesn't take
else.
a side. Doesn't take a side.
Nope, it doesn't. Yep, not at all.
It could say
Sith.
movies, sports.
But it's one of those. It's one of those hats that's like, "Hey, I like your hat," and you're like, "Wait, what?" So I'm at Savers this past week, and somebody full on comes like, "Dude, I love your hat," and I'm like, "Thank you." He's like,
"Where'd you get that?"
Have you ever seen the prequels? And I'm like, "I have. They're pretty good. They're pretty good. They're
Have you ever
fun."
seen the movies? The Star Wars movies? Yeah.
Oh man,
okay. I thought you were just a fan of hats.
Dude, it's just
the
prequels. It's like, "Hey, I like your hat," and I'm like, it literally just says Star Wars. I'm like, I always, whenever I get a compliment, because I always get a compliment, "I like your hat," and I'm like, "Do you want me to engage further?
Yeah,
do you want me to
there's a lot.
What about Star Wars do you like?"
You need to have the most niche opinion, being like, "Oh yeah, don't you think they should have gone with XYZ for this character?" It's like,
"Oh,
don't
sure.
you think Max Rebo should have had more screen time in The Mandalorian?"
Like really pull some Andor out of it and be like, "Oh man, don't you think that the political themes in the new Andor season really just replicated the climate of the current times that we're facing right now, guys?"
And he's like, "Yeah," and he launches into a 20-minute tirade. Like, "Oh, okay, well there you go."
Yeah.
That's very funny. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't. The only time I will acknowledge what somebody is wearing is if I am also wearing the same exact thing. If I have a t-shirt on and I see somebody with the same t-shirt, I'll be like, yes. But other than that, I don't think you need to acknowledge random strangers.
It's a really odd thing.
Choices.
Like, I feel like, I don't know. I feel like, and I don't want to sound sexist here. I feel like
pause for editing.
That's fine, but no, I feel like clothing appreciation really belongs with women.
Saying that they are the ones that can compliment.
I like your purse. I like your top. I feel like it really feels really weird for another man to be like that graphic T-shirt there. It's It's like, okay,
Great. It's not very progressive of you, Bill, but I agree.
I'm
It's
sorry.
not very
Whatever.
I know. I agree.
Whatever.
I don't disagree.
Listen,
I don't disagree. I don't disagree. It's just not very progressive. I would not have said
you're
it.
right. You're
I don't
right.
disagree.
You're right.
I don't disagree, but I would not have said it. No, I think that's fine. I'm just not one. I just again, I don't need to engage with people in public or anything. I just don't. It's not.
Yeah.
Those are not conversations.
I mean,
because
90%
where do you go
of the time,
from that?
I look like a homeless
point?
person outside on the streets, so it's fine.
Again, I wouldn't have said that, but it's we've
Fine.
been through
I look
this.
like an unhomed person. I look like an unhomed person on the streets.
Yes. Well, you sent me that video of you doing your cryptozoid actions, picking up those toys at the end. That was very funny. We need to get. Nobody suggested. I don't think I posted the clip, but we need to name you. What is your cryptozoid name?
What is?
I was trying to work with villain, but Billin. Like Billin. I don't think it's obvious because then there's not another word.
I was trying to find foreign names for the word driveway, and
that's good.
Work.
Yes.
Yeah.
Nothing there.
But they came up with carriageway, and I was like, "What the fuck's a carriageway?"
Carriage might be good. I was thinking Finders
carriageway
Keepers.
Collector. Ooh.
The carriageway collector. That sounds like you're a murderer.
Yeah, it does.
That sounds like that's Scranton Strangler or something. Yeah, that's a little. Yeah. No, that's not as supernatural. That's just more like.
What do you call it? A car hold.
Car hold. Yeah, I was thinking Finders Keepers, the keeper of the finders or something. I don't know. We'll figure it out.
It's
It'll
tough.
be a big
It's
deal.
tough.
We'll make a t-shirt. All right. Talked about that. This is a great show. Let's talk a little bit about wrestling.
You know why it is? Because I drank a whole bottle of Italian wine.
Hey. Ho.
And I took a nap before the show. It's great.
It's a perfect combination. Nap
My wife
and
literally
wine.
kicked me out of the bed. She says, "Go hang out with your friend." And I said, "I'm going."
Is that me?
It was you.
I'm your friend.
You're my only friend.
Well, likewise. You say that like it's so rare. No, we're adults. We have
tough.
friends outside of work. There's something wrong with you. I don't know. You always think okay, you have kids. Your kids go to things you make friends with there. I've gone to so many birthday parties. They've come to my son's birthday party.
Yeah.
No contact with any of these parents. We've not.
No,
made friends
of course
with them.
not. It's weird. And then you can't make friends with the moms because immediately you're having an affair with them. So that doesn't happen.
And who has time for that?
I don't. That's for sure.
Yeah. We take the kids to this ninja class where that's basically they just run around on gym equipment for an hour.
Yeah.
There's always this mom and dad there, from separate families, and they're always chatting. And then my wife and I are always like, they're definitely having an affair. They're just human beings talking because their kids are at this thing, but we're like, they're definitely having an affair.
There's a Bluey episode that really just touches base on adults finding a friend as an adult. It's very very rare. Yeah, the dad.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, and he was all
it's a good episode, but it makes sense.
You think he likes me? Sure.
Right.
There's too much there because as adults, there's just a lot baked into who you are. And you might not find out about that until it's too late, and then you're like, "Uh-oh."
Will I ever find a friend again? I don't know.
I think we're done. I think we're done. I don't.
Can
think
you
there
imagine
will be another friendship
outside of our wives? At that point, if I find a physical person up here that I have to spend time with, that takes away from my family. I mean, maybe down the road, but I can't think of that.
That's not a thing. That would not be allowed. You can't.
It's strange.
You can't take time away from being with your family to go hang out with another person. That's not allowed. That's not so weird. It's maybe if you go to you have a hobby and there's other people there, but if it's just one other person, that is not allowed. I'm sorry if you are doing that. You are breaking the law. You need to turn yourself in.
I have a coworker, and they have Magic the Gathering weekly thing, and I'm like, oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, there's a
But
you know
it's
you
not
go to
for
a
me.
game, you got a basketball league
Yeah.
or whatever. Yeah, this is
Right.
it. This is it. Like we could start a show where we have more people on, but that would be the extent of what we could do because we're not going to the library to talk about action figures. We're not bringing
Could
our
you
collection.
imagine if I'm like, yeah, Paul, I can't do the show tonight because I'm going to
My friend and I are
friend's
going
house.
ice
I
skating.
made a new
Going to my friend's
friend
house.
randomly.
He doesn't have Wi-Fi. Well, we could do. He could be on too. He could sit in the back in that extra chair and watch.
Like
these
I've
podcasts.
even gone as far as being like, hey, I've got like movie theater set up at my house. If you want to come over, and then the reciprocating person was like, nah, I think we're good. And I'm like, okay.
You got turned down. You got turned down.
I did. I got turned down.
That was it. You put
was
yourself
it.
out there, and never
Yeah.
again. Never again.
Yeah.
You tried. Never again.
I tried.
No, I
tried to make a friend.
I just don't think it's a thing that adults do anymore. There's not enough time to. The risk reward is too high. The risk is too high
Yeah.
because you can go on Facebook and find out who these people are. You're gonna find something you don't like. Maybe they
That's true.
you subscribe to some ideology you do not care for. There's not. And then if like
Oh,
they're
fair enough.
if let's say I find like my exact self out there. First of all, that's not gonna happen. But then it's like, well, what do we do now? Like we have to. What do we? How do we proceed knowing? Like what does this look like?
I'd get annoyed.
Just not.
I'd be
just
like,
don't
oh,
need it. I just don't need it.
like
I don't.
I'd get annoyed at myself.
It would
I'd
be
get annoyed at
annoying.
myself.
It
Yeah,
would be
annoying.
It would be annoying. So, anyways,
A
wrestling.
lot of figures. Wrestling. This show's
Mattel.
great. This is a great.
It's
show.
a very good show. The wine
It's fun.
always good.
I should.
The Mattel did a Ringside Fest, which used to be an in-person event, but this now it's just a virtual thing. One of the guys from Mattel, Bill, he's on Instagram. I can tag him. He does this with his webcam. His webcam is the worst webcam you will ever see. I do not understand why. This is not Bill. This is actually like an acceptable webcam. Bill has the worst webcam. I don't know why they can't buy him like a $50 HD webcam. Like it's almost a joke at this point. Like he doesn't want you to see the product. It's just very strange. So anyways, they showed off a lot of stuff. Dudley Boys, you know, it's funny because you never see him without a shirt. So here's Bubba with a shirt. They haven't had Dudley Boy figures in a while. Now they're doing a bunch because they
like
signed
that
a
table.
license deal. Table is very nice. The breakable table as a kid playing with wrestling figures was always great. It was very fun. I used to use graham crackers as the table because that would crack real nice. Like that was my
nice.
workaround for that. Yeah, because they didn't used to have breakable tables. Like there was a time where the first breakable table came out, and there were lots of wrestling figures before that first breakable table. So you had to use what you got. So they're doing this is the Road Dogg, Billy Gunn. No, Road Dogg and Billy Gunn. That's another guy. He would wrestle in football jerseys, and on the back it would say 69. That was his number, 69. And you could see, even though he did show the figure, they blurred the number. So I don't know if this is going to get released with a number or they'll change it. What I think they should do is instead of 69,
6'7".
6'7". I think that works so well. I think that's the perfect solution.
Let me tell you a fun 6'7" story that just happened, and it was hilarious because my son is all about 6'7", and it's just for fun, which is great. So we're watching Home Alone last night, and John Candy is talking about how he left his kid in a funeral home.
Yes.
For 6 to 7 hours. He goes, yeah, he was there 6-7 hours. And I look over to my kid and I go, hey, man, 6'7". And he's like, 6'7". And it was so fantastic.
I love that people have embraced this. It's like,
it's
just,
great.
It's not harmful in any way.
It means nothing to me. It's just like...
It means nothing. It means nothing to anyone. It means nothing.
I love
it. Has
it.
No meaning.
I
I know the origin, but there's no meaning. Santa was doing it. All the cartoon, all the like costume, like the Ninja Turtles were doing 6'7" during the parade.
Oh, man.
It's wild. It's wild.
It's great. 6'7".
6'7". The other thing they showed off New Jack, he was off limits until today. Why?
Wow.
This is like a death match wrestler. You know, you can see he's all bloody here. He comes with a staple gun. His signature weapon was a staple gun. He does actually have an action figure from the ECW line from the original San Francisco toy makers from back in the day, but no WWE sanctioned. But apparently, Nick Khan, who was very high up in WWE TKO, big fan of New Jack, so he made this happen. So you can see they're going to do a bloody variant too that will be, I imagine, exclusive to Ringside Collectibles. The interesting thing here, there's another company making wrestling figures of non-contracted WWE guys, or like, you know, guys that were big names but not currently WWE contracted, like Legends contracts. So he is also doing New Jack, but who knows when his figure is coming out. He hasn't even put out any product yet. He did pre-ordered for Series 1, still waiting on those. So it's like Mattel is just signing everybody, and they're kind of like beating all these independent toy companies to the punch. Like Ringside Collectibles, they've been doing these Mattel scaled figures. They only did one previous set with LOD Road Warriors. Those were well received, but then they just put out Demolition, which Mattel, like, they're under WWE Legend contract now, so Mattel can make those again. So it's sort of like, why would I even need these? So Mattel is really just kind of like putting, you know, putting their foot down on the throats of these little companies, being like, you know, we're the big dogs. This is where the big dogs play. This is Ricky Saints, formerly Ricky Starks of AEW. So he has several AEW action figures. I just thought this render is very good. You know, we'll see how it translates, but just he has one of those faces where it's like, oh yeah, that looks just like him. Like his AEW figures look just like him. Some people don't have that face. You're not going to get a Bill Murray figure where it's like, that's definitely Bill Murray. Can you imagine Bill Murray as a wrestler?
No.
I mean, like Andy Kaufman did it. I don't feel like it's so far off that like the SNL guys.
I can imagine Dan Aykroyd. Well, you
Dan
know what?
Aykroyd,
you know what? Was he? No, because he was in Stripes and he did wrestle in the mud. He mud wrestled.
There you go.
In
there
Stripes.
Yeah.
Yes.
There you go. He
with
was
John
a wrestler.
Candy and Harold Ramis. Yes, he mud wrestled.
We should do a wrestling legends, and these are people that just wrestled at some point somewhere in a movie or something. Good. They technically did wrestle.
I mean,
this is Hot Toys Batman.
Oh my!
89 Batman with a blue cowl, and it doesn't work. It doesn't look good.
He looks concerned.
Look good.
Like he looks like he shouldn't be there. Oh my!
But I guess this is technically from the Flash. I don't think he wore this, but I think this was one of the costumes like in his wardrobe that they showed for a second.
Sure.
So rather than just make the empty costume, they put Michael Keaton's face in there. So older Michael Keaton too. So that probably doesn't help, but it doesn't look
just
good.
There's something about I feel like obviously it doesn't work, but I feel like looking at the portrait, I feel like there's like a gap in between the cowl and the skin. Like it's that shadow, but it's also like the mouth looks really weird. Like
he's very derpy, the face with like the lips raised a little bit. Yeah, it's not a great choice here. Also, I know this is just how it was, but like, what was the deal with this bat emblem where it had like the little like stinger at the bottom? Like, why did they draw it like that? It looks so weird.
I don't know.
They got rid of that for Returns, right? He didn't have that in Returns. They corrected it.
I don't know.
That's why
I'm not up on my Batman logo emblem.
Batman iconography.
History iconography.
Did you get the McFarlane Batman Returns figures? I sent you the link.
You did, and I missed them all.
Well, they were in stock when I sent it to you.
That's fine.
I told you to jump on that Batman. That's like the best Batman we're ever gonna get, because there's no way Mattel is gonna do a good job with it.
Sure.
I got 2. I had to get 2.
Oh, good.
Because it's gonna be like the definitive Keaton Batman. It's got a nice wide cape. That neck, I can't wait to compare it to that first Keaton Batman, because
I went after those
we were
Penguin
happy with that, but
Commandos,
it's, like,
and they
not
were
great.
gone, and I just really wanted the Penguin
Yeah.
Commandos. I really did.
Those will come in again. I imagine he's gonna make as many of these as he can through.
He should.
Well, I think we found out that he's allowed to make them through the end of next year, because Mattel's not going to start their collector line until 27. So he has a little bit of leeway on that.
He does. Okay.
Before I forget, let's read this review. Let's read this. Try it one more time. Before I forget, let's read this week's review of the week. So this review, there we go. Anything left in there?
No,
This review comes all the way from Germany, and I didn't check to see if he left this on Apple Podcasts, but I do think that was the idea. But he sent this to us, I think, on YouTube, and I copied it. So he writes, this is from Pickle D. This is my review. Pickle D. Pickle D. Pickle Dan. That's interesting. Pickle Dan. Pickle D. This is my review of the podcast. By the way, 5 out of 5 stars. Well, yeah, duh. The Reluctant Adult Podcast is a must listen on my way home from work. Paul and Bill are the perfect mixture of nerd wisdom and uninformed opinions. Paul with his inside jokes that sometimes need explaining, even to his co-host, and Bill, the slightly shady character that teaches his acquiring techniques to his children. They are real and very entertaining. Please don't change anything. Well, there you go. Your show is exactly what we need. Even with all the jokes, the hosts feel very genuine. They like what they like, and they rip into stuff they think is crap. I always laugh when Paul makes political statements weaved into the conversation about toys. Bill always glances over it as if he heard nothing. By the way, your friend Pixel Dan made a video about the Mondo turtles. The eyes are interchangeable. Yes. Please keep up the good work. Stefan, I don't know how you say that in German. From Germany. So thank you so much. That was a great review. All right, Bill, anything else for this big week?
Can't think of anything.
No. Okay. All right, everybody. Well, you know what we say. We don't want to grow up, but we already did. Have a great week, everybody.
Bye, everyone.
I still wanna be a toy.